So in the next probably couple of minutes, we'll be going live on the NSE YouTube page and the Nairobi Business Ventures Facebook page, so that others who are not able to join us, given the situation at hand, will be able to follow this new journey for NBV that starts today formally. And without further ado, first of all, I'd like to ask that we just keep our phones on silent, just so that we don't have any interruptions unnecessarily. But this is really quick program. We are about business. Most of the people here are about business, so we won't waste your time. We'll just get started, and I'd like to appreciate all of you for making it here on good time. My name is Mark Masai. I'll be your master of ceremony, so in case of anything that you may need, please just get my attention, or the lady at the back there, Maria, will be able to help you. And of course, you've seen the washrooms are to the right, just before you check in here to the trading room. So first of all, I'd like to have this meeting kickstart on a formal note by inviting the Chief Executive of the Nairobi Securities Exchange, Mr. Jeffrey Odundo, who will then get us to the next point. And as you make it to the podium, because of the restrictions and all, we will just give it a few seconds, have the stage cleaned up, maybe sprayed a bit, and then for those who are speaking here, you can adjust your microphone as you wish to your height and to your preference. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a hand to Jeffrey Odundo, the Chief Executive of the Nairobi Securities Exchange.
I'm now safe, I think. All right. I think today is a really awesome morning, very, very awesome morning for us as NSE to be welcoming NBV once again to the NSE. You are here 4 years ago, in 2016 to list it on the GEMS. And today we are now reaffirming your presence and your stay at the NSE through this major milestone, and we're really, really glad. Mr. Harry Soni, the chairman of Nairobi Business Ventures Limited, Mr. Abtola Vasu, the chief executive of Nairobi Business Ventures, Mr. Kiprono Kitoni, the chairman of the Nairobi Securities Exchange, Mr. Bob Karina, our vice chairman, Mr. Wycliffe Shamia, the CEO of the Capital Markets Authority, directors of NBV present and staff, directors of the NSC who are present, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, all our guests joining us through the digital platforms, good morning. As I said earlier, it's 4 years ago that we brought on board NBV into the growth and enterprise market segment of the NSC. And what was really unique about that listing is that Mr. Vasu had been trying to get listed for 2 years. And we were so impressed that a founder is very keen to come to the NSC. He was so determined. We walked a long journey with him and the CMA, but finally we got listed, and it was quite a celebration. When we set up that segment, we were really looking at companies and founders who were very aspirational, who were looking for an easy entry into the exchange. And so when we got the GEMS market, when we got NBV, it was, I think, our third or fourth listing on that segment. It was quite a celebration, and we're really, really happy. I think the journey NBV has walked after that, again, is proof that businesses can go through cycles, but it's really how you recover that determines or just shows the level of success of any business. And Mr. Vasu and his colleagues were able to really look for an opportunity, and today we are here celebrating NBV rebirth again. So congratulations again, Mr. Shamas. So today's occasion is a testament of resilience of the leadership and management of NBV. As will be highlighted by my chairman, we are really proud of this company, and we are really proud that you've completed this restructuring and finalized this process. And I really want to applaud Mr. Shamas, sorry I didn't introduce you, the Group Managing Director of ABC Capital and also the Group Managing Director of ABC Bank. We're very glad that as a transaction advisor, you offered extremely good guidance to this company, and you've really, really shown that companies can actually be revived and strengthened through this model. And as we said earlier, it's going to be a model for us as we talk to our other businesses that face similar challenges. The bold and strategic decision will be crucial in maintaining shareholders' confidence and the future of the business. In fact, you have stood firm for shareholders, and we're really glad that you've done that, and we really look really happy with that. As a market, we're keen on working with NBV to offer you support, Chairman, on all the other solutions that we'll provide you, and as you resume your business and as you build this particular company. So my remarks, I would go on today, but today is my chairman's day as well. But mine is to say I'm really delighted as NSE. I've stood here for NBV in 2016. I'm standing here again, and I'm sure we'll continue standing and you'll continue coming here to celebrate more successes for this company. So congratulations again, Chairman, Mr. Vasu, CEO, and all the directors and shareholders of NBV. We're really happy. And we're happy that you brought on board a very strong team of directors, Mr. Lucas Meso, former CEO of AFC, a friend of mine, and I'm sure he's going to add value to the organization. So congratulations, and with that, I want to invite this MC back to the stage. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you very much, Bwana Executive Jeffrey Odundo. Now, he has mentioned the chair, Bwana Kiprono, but we kind of are from the same industry, so I get to bully him a bit, with all due respect. And he'll give way. He's a gentleman. He'll give way for the Capital Markets Authority Chief Executive, Bwana Wycliffe Shamia, because he is also in another engagement, but has made time for us. So let's give him a hand as he makes it to the podium.
The Chairman, Nairobi Securities Exchange, Mr. Kiprono Kitoni, the CEO, NSE, Jeffrey Odundo, Chairman, Nairobi Business Ventures, Harish Soni, the Chief Executive, Nairobi Business Ventures, Abdullah Vasu, Group Managing Director, ABC, Director Savani, all directors from stakeholders present, representatives from the media, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, I want to thank Mr. Kitoni for giving me this opportunity to make this speech, because I have another engagement which I need to join almost immediately. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome and thank you all for finding time to attend this landmark occasion as we kickstart the trading of new additional shares in our securities market. It is my great pleasure to be part of this event and witness this auspicious occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by congratulating Nairobi Business Ventures Limited and Delta International Holdings for tirelessly working together towards ensuring the successful completion of this transaction. We at the authority are greatly honored to walk this journey with you for the benefit of the company's shareholders. We are confident that this new development will not just ensure stability in the business of NBV, but will also lead to growth in the shareholders' value and reinvigorate the investors' confidence in our capital markets. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to assure you and everyone else that as CMA, we are always on the look for innovative and most efficient ways of supporting all listed companies, especially those undergoing financial distress. This is in fulfillment of our paramount mandate of protecting investors' interests and developing all aspects of capital markets. We are confident that such initiatives will incentivize more strategic investors to commit their resources in our markets. The authority is committed to working with the NSE to support more firms to list on the GEMS market. We note that Delta International Holding has been around in Kenya and East Africa for over 10 years and is recorded considerable success that it sees its entrance into the capital markets being strategic move to maximize its expansion and diversification plans in Africa. We at the authority commit to fully support you in your plans. We are indeed delighted that just this one transaction, we have increased our economic viability in terms of increasing liquidity and one step ahead in our journey towards being the investment destination of choice. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to underscore the point where we're saying we are working on our legal framework to facilitate companies who find themselves in such a position, and they are looking forward on how to either rescue their businesses and, of course, protect the shareholders' value. And therefore, as we come to you at some point, we hope that you'll contribute towards telling us what is realistic in terms of requirements so that we remain facilitative in ensuring that we support the small companies, especially the SMEs. In conclusion, let me thank all of you as the key stakeholders of your continued support and reassure you of the authority's unwavering support aimed at upholding market integrity. Thank you, asanteni sana, and a good function.
Thank you, Bwana Shamia, and all the best in the next engagement. And thank you to the two gentlemen, actually, who have given way for him to give his address. And next up, before Chair comes up, is Shamas Savani, the Group Managing Director, ABC Bank and Group, to make his address in his matching mask. And feel free to take it off so we can see how you really look like. So, Mark, this is what I really look like. Not too shabby. Wonderful. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is very much a pleasure being here today to welcome you all, and also to be here as the transaction advisor, as representing ABC Capital for this very, very innovative and a very, very celebratory event for Nairobi Business Ventures. I think I'd like to recognize everyone in this room with all protocols being observed. I would like to take this opportunity to, first of all, appreciate the stakeholders. At this point, the Nairobi Securities Exchange, which you have been invaluable in this journey. Both the chairman, the CEO, the Capital Markets Authority, the regulators, and obviously the team of Nairobi Business Ventures. And Mr. Vasu, you have been so solid this whole journey. We've had the opportunity of walking this journey with you for almost 3 years, I believe, and we also had the opportunity to do the first transaction. If I'm not wrong, that was the convertible bond as well. And you've held solid right to this venture, to this date, in which Nairobi Business Ventures is actually partnering with Mr. Harish Soni of Delta, and great partnership that we see going ahead moving forward. We feel that this could not have been possible without everyone coming together as stakeholders, having a very positive mind, being very innovative in their solutions.
I'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize Mr. Johnson Derry, all right, who was the key man at ABC Capital, who was leading the team at ABC Capital, including Mr. Bernard Musyoka of MWC Advocates. It's always with professionals such as yourselves that are walking the journey with the clients that we see successes that come to play. So with that, today is the day for Nairobi Business Ventures. For you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. CEO, all the stakeholders, congratulations to all of you on a new journey, and we look forward to supporting you in times to come. Thank you very, very much.
That was brief and totally professional. You had a speech, but you didn't even look at it. That was more for formality. And if there's any question about whether due diligence wasn't followed, I think Bwana Shamas has answered all those questions in terms of who they worked with and who they've been working with over the years to realize today, to get to where we are. And Bwana Chairman of the NSE, Kiprono Kitonyo, now you can take to the stage. I believe we'll probably have to adjust this to another height because he's quite tall. But yes, he will tell you how this is a unique aspect and an encouraging factor for other companies who would like to say, we're not done. There's still hope and we can get started again. And that's the example that's being set by Nairobi Business Ventures. Take it over.
Mr. Harish Soni, Chairman, Nairobi Business Ventures Limited. Mr. Abotula Vasu, Chief Executive, Nairobi Business Ventures Limited. Mr. Wycliffe Shamya, newly confirmed CEO of the Capital Markets Authority, and congratulations. Mr. Jeffrey Odundo, CEO, Nairobi Securities Exchange. Bob Karina, Vice Chairman. Directors and staff of NBV. Directors and staff of NSE present. Members of the Fourth Estate, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I want to say, before even I go into my speech, that it's been an incredibly difficult year, not just for the world, not just for Kenya, not just for Africa, but for the entire world. And what a way for us to usher in the festive season, but with this very innovative, very exciting reintroduction into the markets of Nairobi Business Ventures. So it gives me great pleasure to join the leadership of Nairobi Business Ventures Limited as they ring the bell to commemorate the listing of additional shares and the subsequent onboarding of a new investor, Delta International. I'm also glad to note that Nairobi Business Ventures has successfully completed its restructuring process, listing an additional 415 million shares, bringing the total number of shares it has to 500 million. The restructuring marks an important milestone for NBV Limited. The capital injection will play a significant role in reviving business operations as well as renewing investor confidence in its prospects and in the future of this business. Similarly, I am confident of the new strategic direction being adopted by the company. The shift from retail operations to manufacturing is key and in line with the country's Big Four agenda. Over the last few years, the retail sector in Kenya has experienced significant pressure, accelerated by challenging operating and economic environment. The country has also seen notable corporate failures in the retail sector, and I'm glad that the company remained resilient and continued to seek different ways to remain operational. Ladies and gentlemen, Nairobi Business Ventures has today set a good precedent by seeking new ways to support company recovery, minimizing loss to investors, creditors, and other key stakeholders of the business. I strongly believe that this milestone marks a new dawn for the company and renewed commitment to offer value to shareholders of Nairobi Business Ventures Limited. In 2013, the NSE launched the Growth Enterprise Market Segment. This market segment is aimed at supporting small and medium enterprises, raise substantial initial and ongoing capital while benefiting from increased profile and liquidity within a regulated environment designed specifically to meet their needs. Nairobi Business Ventures is one of the companies listed on this market segment and is a testament that there is opportunities to revive business confidence in this sector. Let me give you a short update on the NSE. As the leading financial infrastructure group in the region, we have continuously made investments to support the trading and settlement of financial market transactions in Kenya and in the region. At the core of our operations is a commitment to two key objectives: enabling companies and the government to access capital while enabling investors deploy capital and build portfolios across a range of globally accepted investment products. In line with this, we have made significant investments in our products as well as technological capabilities to support this objective. Our market has become a globally recognized frontier market. In 2020, we commenced the implementation of our new strategy, aimed at making us a leading exchange and investment partner of choice through providing efficient investments and capital raising capabilities in Africa and globally. This new strategy will build on the foundation established in our previous strategy, enabling the NSE connect capital to opportunities in Kenya and the region through provision of world-class trading facilities for local and international issuers and investors. We believe our investment will be crucial to companies and to investors alike, and will spearhead growth in Kenya as a leading financial services hub in the region. In conclusion, I would like to assure you that our market will offer you access to a diversified pool of retail and institutional investors and will offer an avenue to enable your business discover its potential. And you can see from our tagline, we are in the business of helping you discover opportunity. I conclude by congratulating Nairobi Business Ventures, its promoters, and wishing you all the very best in your endeavors. I'm sure you've just enjoyed celebrating your Diwali. We are about to also go into celebrating our Christmas. So as you're celebrating the commercial success of this new direction for Nairobi business, we are also ushering in our festive season as you're closing your festive season with a festival of lights that you had a few weeks ago. And we look forward to working closely with you to offer any support that you may require. Just aside from this, we want to also assure you that we have many plans. We are engaging with government, we are engaging with other stakeholders. We would like to make this NSE much more vibrant, a much better place for investors, a much better place for businesses, and a much better place to be able to discover opportunities. Thank you, and God bless.
For a few seconds there, Bonache, you had me a bit worried. You know, when the president folds his paper and puts it aside, he does one of those things, and that's what he did with his tab. And when he goes off cuff, you never know what will be said, and that's actually what makes news. But thank you very much, Chairman, for telling us, assuring us that, there is a lot of infrastructural support to help companies such as Nairobi Business Ventures. And probably, if you're not part of NBV, or Delta or NSE or part of this journey, you're asking yourself, who's this Abotula Vasu that they keep talking about? Who's this gentleman? And we probably would have had some dancers accompany you to the stage, but forgive us because of the COVID situation right now, and just call you up on stage, Abotula Vasu, the Chief Executive of Nairobi Business Ventures, who has stood strong, and a new journey beckons now. Karibu.
First, my acknowledgements to the Chairman, NSE, Mr. Kiprono Kitoni, Chief Executive, Mr. Jeffrey Odundo, though he left the CEO of Capital Markets Authority, Mr. Wycliffe Shamia, and the Group Managing Director and the Bank Managing Director, Mr. Shamas Savani, the transaction team, investors, NBV shareholders, members of the media, my fellow directors, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is that Vasu Abodullah. So, it's my pleasure to thank you all for joining us at this wonderful occasion of second bell ringing ceremony of NBV. NBV withstood many turbulent times and is proud of ringing bell again. I wish for many more like this to come because NBV is now in safe hands. That is Mr. Harish. I need to personally thank Mr. Harish Soni and Delta International FZE because of whom NBV has created this win-win situation. It came into reality. How is it a win-win situation? For NBV, a strategic investor with varied experience and sound financials has joined our board. For existing shareholders, the number of shares are doubled by way of creating more liquidity. For banks and creditors, additional investment has been provided to sort out their long pending dues and outstandings. For the NSE, a listed company came out of red with a promising and bright future and can be a model for all their other clients. It's good for NSE and the country also, because every country's economy is measured by its index. So how a country is doing, people look at the stock market index. So a few more companies come up, your index goes up, people will look at Kenya and they measure it with that indicator. So I hope that my company's revival is going to be a model for other people who are ailing. We know we have some. Okay. So the transaction team supported us all along, and my sincere thanks goes to ABC Capital, our nomad and transaction advisor, NSE, CMA, our bankers, Bank of Baroda, Mr. Lawrence Kibet, our company secretary, Image Registrar, our registrar, Jesse Associates, our auditors, MWC Legal, Mr. Bernard, our legal advisor, and many other friends, well-wishers, and even my erstwhile board who left recently to facilitate this takeover transaction. I also wish to thank our shareholders who invested their funds and waited patiently with a lot of confidence in NBV management. So, we seek investor community's continuous support in our growth and expansion. Finally, I thank you all for attending this listing ceremony and supporting us. Now I invite NBV Chairman, the much awaited, the strong investor, to show the future of NBV and a model for NSE. Okay, Mr. Harish Soni, Chairman, sir, please.
Thanks, Vasu. Thanks, Mark. I would like to acknowledge the Chairman of NSE, Mr. Kiprono Kitoni, CEO of NSE, Jeffrey Odundo, the CEO of CMA, Mr. Wycliffe Shamia, ABC Group and the Bank MD, Mr. Shamas Savani, fellow shareholder and director of NBV, investor, member of India's NBV staff, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Allow me to take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Wycliffe Shamia on his confirmation of the CEO of CMA. It's my pleasure. Thank you for all joining us this wonderful morning. Today is undoubtedly important day for Nairobi Business Venture, and we are pleased that you could join us. We mark this restarting of the trading of NBV share after successful completion of takeover of transaction. I have proved my commitment to the economic well-being and employment generation in Kenya and the region by promoting various successful ventures in past 3 decades. Now, as a chairman of NBV, I assure all the stakeholders better growth, transparency, and corporate governance. The Africa is the future of economic opportunities, and NBV is committed to join the race with the contribution. We want to be the part of the Big Four agenda of Kenya government also, and our main focus sector of activity shall be infrastructure. I assure you that NBV board and management shall devote their energies and the expertise for the sustainable growth of the company. NBV board shall and all the stakeholders soon about the future plans of the company and shall be committed absolutely transparency. NBV shall knock the door for the investor after proving the performance and the commitment. We shall come back to you soon to seek our performance evaluation from you. In conclusion, I would like to thank you for coming and celebrate this occasion with us. Thank you, NSE CMA, ABC Capital, our transaction advisor, Image Registrar, our registrar and company secretaries, MWC Legal, our legal advisor, our bankers, Bank of Baroda, all those who supported us in one or the other way during this journey, culminating to the bell ringing ceremony, which we are just about to witness. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Mr. Soni, if you may, just a few seconds. I know this is the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and we don't quite do a lot of selfies. I have to secure a selfie with you. And if Mr. Vasu would join me, and of course, it's a bit tricky. We have to kind of observe social distance. And in the next few minutes, we'll also have Mr. Vasu, please join us. We'll be able to have the bell, of course, brought to the stage. I'm just giving you time as well to do that to our gentleman here, Santeni Sana. And yes, so gentlemen, this is a historic moment for you, and this is a new journey. Let me just move a bit to the front as we secure this, and I'll be selling this in the next few seconds. So up to the highest bidder. This selfie will be valuable. There you go. You could say NSE.
NSE.
There you go. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Soni, the chairman of Nairobi Business Ventures, as well as the chief executive, Mr. Vasu. And this has formally, or at least has laid the groundwork for us to formally get on with the bell ringing ceremony, which marks really business getting into the next phase of things as they're embarking on a new journey, as you've heard today. So, gentlemen, please, if you may just move what we need to the center stage, and we would need the facilitation of the chair. He wants to invite his team, so I'll give him the opportunity to just...
Mr. Naresh, Mr. Dawal, Mr. Gaurang, Mr. Vimal, Mr. Verma, Mr. Umang, Priyank, Mr. Meso.
Actually, if I may, that's a good point, Mr. Vasu. Wisdom to the man, and that's why he's still in business. For those of you who probably haven't gotten to meet everyone because there hasn't been an opportunity to speak on stage, especially the team for Nairobi Business Ventures, I will just hand them the mic. I'll hold it for them just to introduce themselves, because this is live and people need to know who's here and why everybody is here.
Yeah, I'm Dawal Soni, MD for Nairobi Business Venture.
Gaurang Soni, investor from Delta.
Naresh Ranpura, Director of NBV.
Lucas Meso, Director, NBV.
Vimal Ranpura, investor.
Umang Soni from Delta International.
Priyank Ranpura, investor.
BM Verma, CFO of NBV.
So I hope that was captured, because we're still live on our YouTube page, just to meet the whole entire team. And yes, it's sanitized. You have sanitized. You have the certificate and everything. All right. So as would, in terms of protocol for this particular ceremony and occasion, just give me a second. Just a second. You'd like to be on stage just for this? Yes. All right, everyone is in place and ready for the moment, the great moment, and I'll give it a count. And at, of course, I'll start at 5. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Join in a hand clap. Keep going, sir, keep going. Congratulations to the Nairobi Business Ventures team and the journey ahead. And we will now have, of course, with this following a photo session. Let me give you a few seconds just to ring that bell. I mean, it must feel nice. All right, all right. And Johnson, I know the memory of bell ringing is when you were prefect, but don't worry, one day you'll be on that stage doing that. All right, yes, let's keep going, let's keep going. Let's just capture that moment. We're good on time. Okay, and I'm told now for the photo op, we will have 4 gentlemen for the photo op. Just to start us off is the NSE executive, chief executive, and the chairman to remain on stage. We'll have everyone have an opportunity for a photo, and the chairman for NBV as well as the CEO just to stay on stage for a photo session for this. And of course, the gentlemen will be taking their positions here, my photo journalist friends. Just to capture this particular moment. Who stole the bell? I mean, it's too. So we're just starting business. I mean, the bell is. Could you sanitize it? Sorry, given the situation, we have to make accommodation for that soon. Bwana Chairman will probably be having a digital bell, just a sound effect and the graphic there. So yeah, that's the moment that we want to capture. All right, and we'd also like to have on stage the other team, because we want to make just opportunity for spacing. So if we could have Bwana executive just to make way for one in the directorship just to be on stage. I'm sure you want to be with the chairman and the executive of, Bwana Odundo. Please stay on. I'll just give an opportunity for everyone here to, this is your moment, guys, so don't worry. We're good on time. We're good on time. So yes. Oh, you're safe. All right. All right. Next is you, sir. Yes, we can just join in as long as we're able to observe the spacing. All right. Don't worry. I mean, the bell won't be heard in a still photo, but it's your moment, sir. So. All right, the next person from the team of NBV. There you go. And just because you have your mask off, don't be worried. You can smile, it's okay. I don't believe smiling is one of the ways of you could endanger anyone. So this is your moment. You've taken that photo? Okay, next gentleman, please. All right. Yes. Next. All right. Yes. Next up. I know this is normally captured in one photo in one moment, but be patient, guys. Don't you worry. I can see Chairman stretching a bit. You know, that's the problem of scaling the heights in business. That's you have to be patient. That's your moment. Celebrate yourselves, guys. This is big. This is big. All right, next gentleman, please. Remember to smile. It's a happy moment. I know you guys mean business, but man, just celebrate it. Just a bit. Sir, you can join them as well. Johnson, you've made it to the podium, Johnson. He was part of the journey, yes. He deserves it. All right, and the rest of the team from Johnson's side, yes, sir, you can join in. Johnson, we've captured it. It's time. All right, any last takers for this? You're good? Everyone is okay? You've captured the moment, everyone who was part of the journey? Sir, no, you were part of the journey as well, especially on the legal side. Modest, sir. You didn't want to be... Okay. All right. This is okay? It's not too long a wide shot for you to capture. All right. If there's no one else who would like to be part of this moment, I'd like to have you take your seats. And so now, as you, of course, know, this is started off really on time, and we are very good on time. This has happened just when we expected it to. So most of you didn't have breakfast. In fact, at the boardroom, as we were talking about this, some had just been served and they had to take it back. But Bona Chair, you promised them that they'll have breakfast after the function. So it's time to live up to that promise. So we'll have breakfast now. There's some room outside there. So you just use this exit and there'll be someone to guide you and you'll be able to have some breakfast. It's outside, it's well aired, so don't you worry. The food is okay. And you'll just be able to share a moment with the rest of the team, and then we'll have an opportunity for an interview, for interviews here inside. So once you're done with your breakfast and you're okay, and you'd like to come in here, especially part of the team for NBV, we'll be having the interviews done from inside here just to capture that moment as we tell the story further, moving on. But it's live, so people have been able to follow this. So give yourselves a hand, gentlemen and ladies who've been part of this journey. And congratulations to the Nairobi Business Ventures team. And onwards, forwards. You've proven, even at this time, Bwana Kitonyi just pointed out, it's been a tough year. But this happening at this time, it's hope for someone who's watching that we can still do business, adjusting here and there to make some adaptable changes for the new reality, but it's possible. So all the best. The work is cut out for you, especially when I hear you talk about the Big Four agenda. There's a lot of work for you to do. There's a lot of Kenyans for you to serve. So all the best in your new line of work and venture. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Masai. I'm still around. We can take a selfie or two if you want. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Keep safe and let's go out and win. Thank you. Have a good morning.